happening and explain why it is happening. It exhorts us to respond to what is happening. Lutzer asks, how do we live courageously in a culture where people who shout the loudest win the argument? How do we live during a time when Christianity is openly being remade to blend more comfortably into a secularized culture? Here is Lutzer's hopeful answer for you, for me, and for all who call upon the name of the Lord. I want to inspire us to have the courage to walk toward the fire and not run away from the flames. God has brought us to this cultural moment, and our future cannot be taken for granted. As has been said, in a time of universal deception, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. I want to encourage you to prayerfully and carefully listen to this book. Take good notes. And when you have finally wrapped your mind and heart around these truths, don't be silent. Dr. David Jeremiah, Senior Pastor, Shadow Mountain Community Church, El Cajon, California. Founder and President, Turning Point Ministries. The surprising response of Jesus. The disciples asked Jesus an interesting question. Lord, will those who are saved be few? Luke chapter 13, verse 23. Haven't we all wondered how many people will be saved and how many lost? We know that in the end there will be a multitude of the redeemed from every tribe and nation that no one can number. Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. But this multitude represents only a fraction of the human race. We would like to know more specific numbers and percentages. Jesus, as was often his custom, did not answer the question directly. Rather, he chose to give a warning. Strive to enter through the narrow door, for many, I tell you, will seek to enter and will not be able. When once the master of the house has risen and shut the door, and you begin to stand outside and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, open to us, then he will answer you, I do not know where you come from. Luke chapter 13, verses 24 through 25. The same frightening truth appears in the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus affirmed that many who expected to be saved would in fact be lost, and that the gate leading to the heavenly kingdom was narrow. The way to destruction was broad, and those who enter by it are many. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Clearly, more people, many more people, will be lost than will be saved. Yet today there are calls for evangelicals to remake Christianity into a more inclusive religion. There are widespread efforts to make the narrow door wider and to even affirm the salvation of well-meaning people of other religions. So-called progressive Christians advance their causes under the banner of love and compassion. In the process, the hard truths of Christianity are either redefined or ignored. Let me be clear that I am opposed to a form of judgmental Christianity that holds to truth without compassion and righteousness without humility. I am opposed to a form of Christianity that judges without listening and sees the faults of others without seeing our own. As a pastor, my heart breaks for those who hurt, who are confused, and who don't know where to turn for help. Our churches should be sanctuaries for the downtrodden, the oppressed, and the lonely. They should be hospitals for the soul. But I see much of contemporary Christianity submitting to the culture in many areas of life, especially in matters of sexuality. The only way to make Christianity appealing, we are told, is to move the markers, to be more inclusive, more affirming. I fear we are allowing culture to inform our thinking and even raise our children. We no longer are submissive to the whole counsel of God. Acts chapter 20, verse 27. We think we must accept or acquiesce to culture in order to redeem it. Pastor Alistair Begg told a story about how he and his wife were driving on an expressway when he remarked to her that the sun was going down in the wrong direction. For a moment he didn't know how to interpret this strange phenomenon, until he realized they had missed a turn and were on an expressway headed east instead of south. Today, many people use their own judgment as their point of reference. They feel so right about their direction that they are deaf to calls for them to rethink their approach to culture.